And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy folks, I'm Darren, and welcome to 8th Day Chronicles here at Cross Timbers Farm. I'm in my wife's Jeep. She's gone for the day. Don't tell her I'm in it. I'm gonna start slapping some gears here. This is a 1997 TJ Wrangler 4.0, 6 straight 6. Soft top, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive naturally. It's got the best top sliding windows, half doors. This thing's a beast. If you like outside stuff, man, I'm telling you, a Jeep is a way to go. The old Jeeps, not the new ones. This thing is a off-trail beast. And if you like Jeep TJ content, join us over on our outdoor channel. Very soon I'll do a video on this Jeep TJ. It's a 1997 TJ 4.0 liter sport. And this thing's an off-road beast. And it very customed. And does anybody know how to roll mileage back on an odometer? Because she's gone for the day. And I need somehow to not let her know I've been driving her Jeep all day today. I need somehow or another to roll this mileage back so she won't know. This thing is a hunting and fishing machine. This Jeep's got a 2.5-inch old man emu lift under it and 32 tires, all terrain, Biff Goodrich's. It's got ABR shocks all the way around on it. Tom Woods drive shafts front and back. MagnaFlow catalytic converter. Black Cat B MRP exhausts. Man, this thing's a beast off-road. But it's Susan's pavement princess. And she won't let me take it in the woods. Is that not a beaut? It's her pride and joy. It's a 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler. No frame rust, no floorboard rot, nothing. This thing is fantastic. And if you're a Jeep fan, like I said earlier, come over to our Cross Timbers Outside channel. Just in the search bar, type in Cross Timbers Outside. If you like things outdoors, fishing, hunting, things of that nature, mushroom hunting, metal detecting, we do all sorts of stuff over there on that channel. Outdoors stuff. We really enjoy black powder shooting, muzzle loaders. If you like that type of stuff, come over. I'm gonna be doing a video on this Jeep TJ for that channel very soon because a lot of outdoor people love off-road vehicles. If you go back in the mountains hunting and fishing, you need a way to get in and out of there. Back before side-by-sides came out, this Jeep TJ was the thing. And if you're a Jeep enthusiast, you know all about the TJ series of Jeeps. The holy grail, in my opinion, of Jeeps. I've got to figure out a way where Susan won't know I've been driving her Jeep. I can't roll the mileage back, because I don't know how to do that, and wouldn't do it if I could. That was a joke. But I've got to park it right back where it was so it's not moved and all that. Of course, I'm going to change the oil in this later today. So that'll be my excuse why it's been moved. honey, I changed your oil. We drove the Jeep out here to the barn, to our farm. Let's go take a look at our test plot hay. How's it progressing? I'm telling you, it's ready. It's basically ready to be cut. We're waiting on some of our equipment to return. So let's go through the gate here. We've got orchard grass and tall fescue already seed heading. It's out of the boot stage and into the flowering or seeding stage. Some of it's seed headed, actually a lot of it's seed headed. One reason I've not cut yet is we're waiting on some of our equipment to return to us. And the next thing is, I frost seeded this test plot back in the winter, and there are sections of it, the established cool season grasses, are ready to cut. The part we frost seeded is not. It's younger, it's not as well established, and I'll show you that. There's patches where the grass will be this high, then you walk 10 yards and it's this high. I'll show you, and that's where I frost seeded some bare spots. Let's take a look at it. Look at all these grasses. Okay, man, look at the seed heads. Look at this orchard. Isn't that amazing? Already seeded out of the boot stage. Look here. Isn't that just beautiful? Orchard grass everywhere. Orchard grass, okay? Orchard everywhere, okay? The Timothy's not seed headed. Timothy will seed head later than orchard or tall fescue. Here's some tall fescue starting to seed head. Orchard grass just everywhere, and it's getting almost waist high in places. Okay, let's walk right down here. Look at this. Here is a place. See this? See how much shorter that is? It's shorter. That's new grass. That's where we frost seeded over the winter. It's not near as high. If we walk right over here and look at this beautiful, look at the red clover. Wow, this needs cut. But then you walk in some areas and it's very still short. Tall fescue, orchard everywhere. Okay, look right over in here. See this? It ain't near as tall. Look at the red clover. You get right here, there's all kind of really pretty tall fescue, orchard, but look right in here down in the lower. There's some patches right in here of new orchard grass. It's not quite as tall, but it could be cut. There goes Lola. She's gonna start her crowing on the minute every minute. All right. I'm gonna spin around here and show you. Like everybody in this area don't know that he's here. Everybody's known it for a year. That thing crows every breath. Okay, I'll show you another place where the grass is shorter. See here, look how tall this is. Okay, and then you scan right over here. See how much shorter this is? It's areas we frost seeded. Boy, it done a good job too. The frost seeding done really good. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any Timothy that's starting to seed head, and I don't see any, but I'm gonna look. Have my grazing stick with me. Let's measure this patch of orchard grass right here. Let's see. Now this thing only goes to 24 inches. See it there? Okay. And then you've kind of got from that point up to here to sort of guess. This orchard grass right here is at least 30 inches, if not maybe 31. Look how tall it is. You see it, it's approaching my waist. And man, it looks great, ready to cut. It's tender, it's good grass, and I don't want to let this go much further before we cut it, but I'm waiting on some equipment to return to me that I loaned, and hopefully as soon as that equipment gets here, we can cut this and ted it, rake it, and bale it. It's looking good. It'll be our first cut of the year, and it is the first week of May. So I think last year we cut this test plot the first week of May, and it's going to be right on schedule again. Although I think it, Lola, that's enough. That's like telling the sun not to shine. But it is what it is. And we cut this last year the first week of May. We're going to be able to cut it, well, as soon as our equipment gets here, or gets back. But it's ready to cut, and it looks better this year than it did last year. I'll just put it that way. We're out here in the main hay field, and I've got Waya following me everywhere. Look at her. Lays down wanting her belly scratched. All right. Okay, you silly dog. All right, we're out in the main hay field. Here's a patch of orchard. Let's measure it. It ain't near like the test plot, because it's, well, this one's 23 inches, and I'm done petting you. I'm done petting you. Okay, you can get up and act like a dog now instead of a petting toy. And the main hayfield's not growing, and it never has, and it never will. It's not grown like the test plot does. It's more northwest exposure, and it doesn't grow as fast. Why are you scratching my lay down roll over on your back, scratching my leg? Wanting petted. You are an attention-seeking canine. That's for sure. The hayfield back here grows about 2 weeks behind our test plot. Does that feel good? It must. It grows about 2 weeks behind our test plot, so, you know, that's to be expected. We'll be cutting this at least 2 weeks later than our test plot. And I'm done petting you for now. You've had petting all morning. So we'll be cutting it at least 2 weeks later than we do our test plot. But it's looking real good. You saw the sheep back there in the field. We've still only had one lamb born. And he's doing great. It's a little ram lamb. And we've already, he is about 3 weeks old, and he's already been ear tagged. He's already had his, how do I say this? He can't reproduce. We'll just put it that way. We don't want that ram, little ram, to get up old enough to be interested in reproducing with his mother or his aunts or something like that. So that's been taken care of, and he's growing like a weed. None of our other ewes have lambed yet. They're heavy. They're very heavy, and we're expecting them to lamb anytime. And you may wonder, some on this channel, why, when I'm out around our farm, do I have this? Predators. I'm telling you, when you have prey animals around, like sheep or goats, and you have an abundance of predators around, wild predators as well as domesticated predators, you got to be prepared as a shepherd to protect your flock. Now, we're not just gonna randomly use this tool to bother anything if they're not bothering us, but you got to know when they're around and what can happen. And lots of times just the noise of it is enough to run a predator away. That's why we have these dogs. That's why Oakley and Waya is so important around this farm. When we're in bed asleep at night, or we're gone for the day or something, these dogs are watching out for predators and watching our flock of sheep when we can't. When we're out here, we're prepared to help them if necessary. If necessary. So, I'd say some people's wonder, Darren, why are you carrying that tool on your side all the time? The sheep. It's not for the sheep, it's for their protection. Well, y'all's growing like a weed. And she's got a bark already that would make you think she weighs 500 pounds. Our west field is about the same as our main field. They grow basically about the same rate. Same exposure, more or less, same soils, all that stuff. Our test plot area is about the same soil too. It just gets different exposure. And that exposure causes those grasses to come out of the dormant stage and start growing a little faster than the rest of our field. So hay season is up on us, and let me know in the comments below, if you're a hayman and you do hay, is your field about ready to cut? It's the first week of May. Drop a comment, let me know, when do you typically do your first cut, and where are you located? Because altitude and latitude, longitude, all that, where you're at makes a big difference in the growing season. Just because somebody's cutting hay in South Georgia the last of April don't mean somebody in UP of Michigan is going to be cutting at the same time of year. It could be much later. So drop a comment, let me know where you're at. You don't have to name specific towns or anything like that. Just, you know, I'm in southeast Oklahoma. I'm in northern New Mexico. I'm in northern Maine, wherever you happen to be, and you're a hay farmer. Let me know when you typically do your first cut. Ours is usually around the first week of May for our test plot, and toward the end of May for the rest of our fields. And we're in the first week of May. If you haven't gotten your hay equipment ready, you might be behind the 8 ball. We've got all of our equipment ready. We're just waiting on a few pieces of our equipment to return that we loaned, and it should be here soon so we can start our cuts. And I'll reveal a little later where some of this equipment, what it was and where it's been. And we'll go from there with that. So, really, on the hay farm, there's not much going on right now. Just watching the hay grow. We've been keeping an eye on our sheep, doing things with the sheep. Like I said, the little ram lamb we had born, after he was about 2.5 weeks old, we took care of things that a farmer has to do to certain things to animals to keep them healthy, keep everything going smooth. And man, I'm telling you, I watched that little ram lamb yesterday evening out here in the field. He was running around, bouncing around like a goat kid, kicking his feet over his head and jumping and running like you wouldn't believe. He's a healthy little fella. And the ewe that is his mother has been a fantastic mom. She's just great with him. Hope the other three are that good with theirs, because they're pretty heavy bred right now. Sure looks that way. And they should be due to lamb this coming week. That's about the latest it can go, the second week of May. And that's when the ram was taken away from them when we picked them up and brought them to our farm. The latest they should go is the second week of May. And the farmer that we bought these ewes from said that he saw the ram breeding one of those ewes. It was number 13, and I know which one that is, the day before we picked them up. So, and lots of times, if you're familiar with sheep or goats, you get one or two of them coming into cycling into season, and something about those hormones and the smell in the air, it triggers some of the other ones to start coming into estrus. And that's why a lot of times you end up with a bunch of lambs being dropped at once. They all got bred usually the same few days or the same week, and that triggers it a lot of times. I don't know how to explain that, but I've seen it happen more than once, enough to know that it happens. So one of them got bred earlier, the one that's already had her lamb. The other three look pretty heavy bred right now, very heavy bred, and should be having lambs within the week, I'm thinking. So we'll bring you back for new lambs when they're born. And thank you for being with us today. I really appreciate it. For this short video, we haven't been uploading much the last few days or weeks because there's just not been a lot going on the farm. We're just watching grass grow, and the test plot's ready. It's very ready, and we'll be cutting that very, very soon. And when we do, of course, you'll be with us. We'll bring you along for the cutting, the tedding, the raking, the baling. We got a brand new rotary rake we're looking really forward to using this year. Really forward, especially on our rolling hills where that wheel rake, that inline rake, could get kind of dangerous because of the weight off to the side of our tractor. This rotary rake goes straight behind the tractor. It's on wheels on the ground. The tractor's not having to lift it and hold that weight up. It should be fantastic. This rotary rake is designed very, very well, and I've read nothing but good things of how clean they will rake your field into windrows. So we're looking really forward to that. I've also heard that and saw in videos how the rotary rake will fluff up your windrow a lot better than a wheel rake. So we're going to try that and see firsthand ourselves, is that true? Was that thing worth what we paid for it? I know it went together real well. By putting it together, you could tell it was a quality implement by how heavy made everything was. All the welds excellent on it, all that type of stuff. But how does it perform? That's fixing to come up really, really soon, and we'll bring you along for all that. Thank you for being with us. I really appreciate it. It's time for me to take Susan's Jeep back to the house, pull it down there, and I'm going to change the oil in it for her today. Thank you for being with us. I really appreciate it, and I pray God blesses you and your family, and we pray y'all have a fantastic day.